Funny. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Season 4, Episode 11 of the Everything About Everything Sports Podcast.
Guys talk about sticks and balls.
So, we're going to start out with baseball.
Baseball, we have very good news. Schoolville has been named back-to-back AL Cy Young Award winner.
Rightfully so.
Of course. Oh, yeah. I think the only one who was really in contention for it, other than him, was Garrett Crochet. He had more innings pitched, more strikeouts, and more wins. But the only reason why he had more wins is because Schoolville had a lot of no decisions. And the more innings pitched is going to lead to you having more strikeouts.
Yeah, obviously.
So, I'm pretty sure Schoolville missed like one or two starts during the year. One because I think he went on parental leave, and he missed a start. I'm pretty sure he did.
I don't know.
Because there was talk of him leaving for parental leave around one of the starts. So I think he might have missed one of them. Like it was like in like the second half of the year. And then I think one of the starts around the All-Star break, Schoolville missed because he was going to be starting the All-Star game.
Okay.
Could be wrong on that one too though. But yeah, well deserved. And then Paul Skeens got his Cy Young in the National League. He's one of 8 pitchers in MLB history to have a Cy Young and a Rookie of the Year in his first 2 years. So he's an elite company. You have other guys like Fernando Valenzuela. I think Tom Glavine, Tom Seaver. One of those two guys did it. So yeah, he's slowly cementing himself as one of the better pitchers in the league. There was also talk about him going to the Yankees, and I was like, please no. And he quickly shot that down, though. He was like, people were saying, oh yeah, you told your teammates that you wanted to play for the Yankees, and he was like, I've never said anything like that. Why would I tell my teammates that I want to play for the Yankees?
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Paul Skeens just wants to throw a ball. That's all.
Yeah, he just wants to strike dudes out. That's it.
You can tell because, his girlfriend was sitting right next to him. He didn't even bat an eye. He was just like... He
was more energetic after winning the Cy Young than he was after winning the Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Year looked like he wanted to just leave.
Yeah.
But this time he looked like he actually cracked a smile.
Yeah, he was like, fuck yeah. He's like...
I mean...
Can you get Well, I guess I don't think it would be impossible, but it'd be hard to do. Could you get a Rookie of the Year and Cy Young? Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Fernando Valenzuela did that, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that one too, though, because I know he won a World Series his rookie year, Fernando Valenzuela.
Damn.
With the Dodgers. It was like 70, 60 something.
What defense are you doing, Iowa? If I say stuff, it's because we are watching Iowa versus USC.
Oh yeah.
Because this game kind of matters now.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a second.
But yeah,
Manager of the Year. You have 2 back-to-back winners in both leagues this year again. Stephen Vogt won it for the AL, and then Pat Murphy won it for the NL, for the Guardians and Brewers, respectively.
Is that well-deserved? I have no idea.
Stephen Vogt lost his 2 best relievers in his bullpen and still pushed his team to a division championship. And Pat Murphy won the division twice now in a row and managed the best team in baseball, pretty much. What ended up being the best team in baseball.
So, yeah, he is.
Yeah.
It's pretty deserved. Okay, that makes sense.
There were, a couple. You had Dave Roberts, who was in circulation for the NL one, and then John Schneider, the Blue Jays manager, was in talks for the AL one. A lot of people think John Schneider got snubbed for the AL one.
It's over. I think that's a fumble. Sorry.
No, they ruled it incomplete pass.
No.
3rd and 7.
Review it.
Let's see here.
Let's see. Forward pass.
Yeah, his arm was coming forward.
Shit.
And then you have Rookies of the Year. So, Rookie of the Year for the AL was Nick Kurtz.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
They broke down his stats. Other than Ohtani and Judge, he was the best hitter by OPS in Major League Baseball as a rookie.
Damn.
That's That's pretty good. And then the NL Rookie of the Year is Drake Baldwin, catcher for the Atlanta Braves. And that's deserving as well. The last time a catcher won NL Rookie of the Year was Buster Posey. And if you look at his numbers, he has a couple of categories where he was better than Buster Posey and a couple of categories where he wasn't. But he was right there with Buster Posey. And Buster Posey is one of the best catchers of all time, if not one of the best catchers of recent history, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, and what else was I going to say about? I was going to say something else about that. Oh yeah, and I think he started late. He didn't get called up until I want to say June or like May, something like that.
Oh.
Where Nick Kurtz got called up in like the end of April or like mid-April. Or
yeah.
Like so that's pretty good from both of those kids. I think they might be around our age. I'm not sure how old Nick Kurtz is, but I think Drake Baldwin's older than us. Older than me. But I think Nick Kurtz might be around our age. I can't remember. I think he's 23 or 24.
I don't want to think about it.
No, yeah, dude, it's wild that in any professional sport, people are younger than us playing in the league now. It's fucking nuts.
Well, now you can even go to college, and these kids are 18. Like Bryce Underwood's making $15 million. So.
Yeah, that's true. But then we have a controversy. So the National League Most Valuable Player Award unanimously went to Shohei Ohtani.
I wonder why.
I don't think there's any question really from that. Kyle Schwarber put up a fight. Kyle Schwarber definitely, if he would have gotten it or would have gotten at least a few first place votes, no one would have second guessed it. He put up an unreal season.
Yeah.
But I mean, then you compare it to Shohei Ohtani. And
you're going up against a cyborg.
You're going up against a dude who did just as good as you at the plate and pitched.
Yeah.
So
you're kind of fucked.
Yeah, you kind of, unless you can magically pitch all of a sudden and you can hit better than him, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah. Shohei's probably going to be there for a while, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I think he's already 31, which is fucking nuts because he played. I think he came into the league in 2018, and then he's played since 2018, so that's 7 years already. He's been in Major League Baseball, and he played in Japan before.
Yeah.
So I think he was 22 when he came to the U.S. Like when he signed, like when it was when it was announced that he was going to be playing in MLB. So I think he's 30 or 31, which is wild. That his career he's moving towards the back end of his career already. But he doesn't seem like it. I mean,
no,
he's still on pace to be one of the, if not the best baseball player of all time.
Yeah, it's going to be quite hard to beat. The
only
thing that can beat him is gambling.
Yeah. The only, or fucking...
Oh, we got to talk about the two pitchers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, let me talk about the MVP thing and we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But then in the American League...
Fuck off, MLB.
You have one of the worst robberies I've seen in a very long time.
I'm pissed. I don't even watch baseball like that.
So Aaron Judge got the AL MVP tore it out of the hands of Cal Raleigh.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, if you look at the dude, I'm pretty sure he hit more home runs than Aaron Judge did this year. He had just as many RBIs, maybe a little bit less. The only thing that he didn't have equivalent to Aaron Judge was his batting average and his OPS. But if you look at the records that he broke and him playing a catcher and playing defensively pretty solid as a catcher, I don't understand how you don't give it to that dude. When his team went further into the playoffs than the Yankees did too.
And let's be honest here. Catcher is more valuable than a right fielder.
Oh, 100%. Catcher is probably the most valuable player on the field, period. Other than like the shortstop or the pitcher.
Yeah.
And granted, Aaron Judge is like a Gold Glove quality outfielder when he's at his best. And Kyle Raleigh does have a platinum glove last year.
Yeah.
So his defense is there. It wasn't there this year. He had not a very good year comparative to last year that he did behind the plate this year, but He still plays a more important position. Broke records for a catcher, for a switch hitter, for a Mariner. I don't understand how you don't give it to him.
I saw this take on Instagram, and I'm not going to get it verbatim, but they were talking. This was before the MVP even was announced or whatever. I think it was the day of, so they had the award ceremony at night or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "This is why Cal Raleigh should get it, and if he doesn't get it, he's boycotting baseball or whatever, because he felt so strongly about this." And I agree too. He's like, take away Aaron Judge. If he most of the time he'll get intentionally walked or something like that. He was talking about they intentionally walk him, so basically Aaron Judge adds nothing.
I mean, yeah, but his offensive upside though, it's wild. And I mean, granted, him getting put on base and him getting pitched around does help his batting average, because when he does get pitches to hit, he'll wait for those mistakes and he'll capitalize on it.
Yeah.
Whereas with Cal Raleigh, you're normally pitching to him. Now, people were pitching around him because he was so flagrantly productive.
Yeah.
For at the plate. But
they were more so talking because Judge is a right fielder, and he doesn't add anything with stealing bases or anything. Granted, I don't think Cal Raleigh really steals bases anyways.
No, he doesn't steal bases, but he keeps people off of the bases.
Yeah.
So, that's
definitely more important.
Right, yeah.
I would like to see Cal Raleigh get it.
I would have definitely liked to have seen him get it.
I saw the ESPN notification, immediately texted the group chat. Bullshit.
Oh,
I want to recount, redo the votes.
It is. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, I was upset when I saw it. I didn't like how, Judge did get back-to-back MVPs, and it's the novelty of getting a back-to-back MVP, but I don't know. I think Cal Raleigh should have walked away with it in the end.
Yeah.
So, speaking of awards or, awarding people things, I wanted to touch on the Skubal thing, then we could talk about the Guardians thing.
Okay.
So Tariq Skubal's agent, Scott Boras, was recently interviewed, and there was a quote that was taken from him. I'm not reading it offhand, but I'm using my best to paraphrase here. He had said something along the lines of, Tigers fans want Detroit to build a Tarek Barrick, meaning locking him in for a long time, or making it, fortifying him there for a long time.
Which, that's not a unfair statement.
No, that's not what am I trying to say? That's not a false statement either. I think if you would ask any Tiger fan at the end of the year, would you rather him be signed or I don't know what's going on over there. That's weird. But if you were to ask him, would you rather have Tariq Skubal signed now or at the end of this offseason, or this end of this upcoming season? 1,000% say you should do it now.
Yeah.
You should have already done it already. Like it should,
exactly.
Going in the feeding of what Scott Boras said, it should have been Scooby done. It is also another true statement. But the way he was portraying it and the way he was saying the different things, it really sounded to me that Scott Boras doesn't want Skubal to re-sign to Detroit. That he wants to go with one of these teams that's going to make a decent chunk of money, not only for Skubal, but for him as well. Because you have to fit, that's obviously a thing that goes into the deal of you having an agent.
Yeah, because they take agent fees, so of course they want him to get $1 billion.
Right, yeah.
Because they'll get like 20 mil off of it.
Yeah,
at least.
Probably even more, depending on how much he gets made, or how much he gets paid. But yeah, I didn't really like the sound of that. I didn't like what he had said.
Sound enthusiastic whatsoever. He actually sounded like he was sick of the question.
Yeah, well, it sounded like he was also kind of scoffing at the idea of him re-signing.
Exactly. I was like, no.
It was. I don't know. I didn't really like that, and I think that if the Tigers end up signing him back, it will be because Skubal wants to stay here in Detroit, and he's not doing what Boras wants him to do.
Exactly.
Because Skubal has then come out and said that he wants to stay here in Detroit.
Yeah.
That he likes playing here and he wants to win a championship here. So, if he does sign here, it'll probably be to spite Scott Boras.
Exactly. And just to make this clear, a agent doesn't necessarily decide where you go. He's just a lawyer.
Pretty much.
That's all he is.
He's just there to mitigate and like negotiate.
Yeah,
for you.
he's literally just a very fancy lawyer.
Yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know what an agent is.
And I mean, if I'm Turkey School too, I'm kind of looking at Scott Boras and being like, dude,
I could fire you.
Right, yeah. It's like you're supposed to be representing me to these teams. Why would you open your mouth and say something stupid like that? And I mean, I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. I think that
if I was the other team, I'd be salivating.
I would be, because I would. Actually, I don't know.
Track him down.
Because if I was another team, in wanting to sign Skubal, I know that he's going to look for the biggest amount of money possible.
Yeah.
After what he said.
Exactly.
So and the fact that he said that Tigers are constantly in talks and they talk periodically over the offseason, and are there any offers? Are there any offers or any counter offers? Are there any actual numbers being thrown around? But if you just keep on reiterating the same thing, he wants to stay here in Detroit. We would really like to have him here in Detroit. Okay, well, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of the thing that a lot of people were concerned about. Because you can say that you want to resign him. You can say that you want to trade him. You can say all these things, but until something gets done, and something gets put down on paper, then none of this talk matters.
You could also say, oh, we're talking all the time, and never answer the phone.
Right, yeah. Or it could be a very one-sided conversation.
Exactly. He's like, we listen to everything.
Right, yeah, exactly.
No, you don't.
You could be listening. No, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does listen to everything. But if you're reciprocating and talking and making counter offers and actually feeding into the conversation, that's another thing.
Yeah.
Because if...
Jonathan.
Why?
Are you hungry? Did you eat? Did you guys eat? Or you want Jersey Mike's?
I don't care. Yeah, if you want to get it, you can.
You don't want anything?
Well, yeah, I'll get a sub.
Who's here? Is Ben here?
Yeah.
Does he want a sub?
Sure, I'll take it home.
Oh, yeah, he said he'll take one.
Alright, what do you want?
I don't usually go. What do you guys usually get?
I usually just get a steak and cheese.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, just a steak and cheese is fine, he said.
Alright, the steak and cheese or the big kahuna like you get?
Just
It's
get
just
whatever you get.
Yeah, he said whatever I get is fine.
The same way, or does he like everything on it?
I just get steak and cheese.
That's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he said that's fine.
All right. I haven't been to Jersey Mike's in so long.
Dude, yeah, I haven't been. I think the last time I got a sub was from Penn Station. Yeah.
I have a Jersey. I used to go to Jersey Mike's all the time. I just never been. All right, we're back. Scott
What was I
Boras
gonna say? Well, yeah,
talking, but not necessarily listening.
Oh yeah, you can hear things, but like if there are no counter offers or anything like that are getting thrown out back in back on the table, the conversation is going to get nowhere. Most importantly, other teams are going to be stepping in and making better offers that they're going to be listening to, and they're going to be talking to them. But yeah, it's a very slippery slope with that.
I think they have to take an ethical code. Now, granted, they're not going to always follow it, but I'm pretty sure they take an oath to represent their client wholeheartedly through their client. They don't necessarily take... Now, it's hard for the human aspect, but they don't necessarily take... They're not supposed to take their own motives into equation when they're making deals like this.
Not supposed to.
Not supposed to. Well, it happens all the time, but it's not supposed to happen. Let's just get that clear.
You might whisper in your client's ear, like, hey, take the higher AAV instead of doing this, and the higher AAV is like one of the things that happens when you take that is that your agent gets more money or something like that. It could work out like that. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't really like the way that quote sounded coming from Scott Boras, and
No. He looks like an asshole.
Dude, he really does. I mean, he's been around baseball for a really long time. He's had some of the best players in baseball as of recently and over the past quarter century represented. He's gotten some big deals for those players too. But at the same time, like, does that experience and does that track record come with a little bit of arrogance?
Yeah, probably.
And a little bit of ego?
Oh, for sure.
I'm sure it does. So yeah. Another thing where people will need to be represented. Cleveland Guardians pitchers Emmanuel Clase.
Dude, it's so stupid. For what was it? It started at 5K and then it went up to 12.
Well, hold on. Emmanuel Clase and something Ruiz. I can't remember the other dude's name off the top of my head, but
it was like Cesar
Ruiz is a football player.
Never mind.
They had gotten caught profiting off of bets that were prop bets that were placed based on how they would perform in the game, specifically intentionally throwing first balls, like first pitch balls. And if you look back at the footage and some of the dates that were cited in the indictment, it is wild how obvious it is.
Yeah.
Over the umpires' heads, 3 feet in front of the plate,
Yeah.
2 feet outside the other batter's box, bouncing it like it's freaking cricket. Yeah, just wild stuff that eventually got them caught. And apparently what the thing was is that they would get a cut of the money that was won off of these prop bets. A certain amount of $1,000 after every prop bet that they would win from them literally executing the bet.
Yeah,
pretty
because
much.
Fucking the guy's like, I'm about to put 10K on this ball. Throw a ball, and I'll give you $2,000 off of it.
Right, yeah. Well,
Because those prop bets get insane numbers, you know.
Yeah. And especially if you're putting, they're probably putting 10K down on that prop bet, so they're making,
Yeah.
maybe upwards of a couple $100,000, depending on how many pitches, how many times they had bet, the amount of money that they put on it, what the odds were, and everything like that.
So dumb, dude.
It's wild how you would. I mean, granted, you don't know how many times that had done. That was done. It could have been, every time that they pitched a ball. It's like, okay, we're gonna, pick the over under for you pitching balls. So you need, pitch a little bit more. I'm gonna take the over on it. Throw a couple obvious ones in there. Bounce a couple, and you'll get the over, and you'll get 30% of whatever I make.
Yeah.
And that could be a decent chunk of money. But the one that we had seen in the indictment were the intentional first pitch balls, and apparently it had gone up. It started around 5K, then it went to like 7, then it was 10, then it was like 11, 12, and then eventually, apparently, the highest amount that they had profited from it was $15,000 per first pitch ball, which when you're making over $15 million a year as one of the best relievers in baseball, it really seems stupid. It seems really dumb to even consider.
He must have been in a hardship financially if he actually really considered that shit. And it's crazy to say that you're doing hard financially when you're making $15 million a year.
Right. I mean,
especially in Cleveland.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, just be more responsible with your money and don't do that.
Yeah.
So
is the $15K real? And is it really all that worth it, dude?
Well, I wouldn't think it would, because there was someone, I think at the beginning of last year, he was like a minor leaguer, like player who came up and down in the minor leagues. He had gotten caught. Can't remember exactly what it was, but I think it was something similar. And he had gotten a lifetime ban from the MLB. He's no longer allowed to play professional baseball here. And I mean, you could expect the same punishment for these guys. They were both arrested by the FBI, and they won't serve any of it. I'm sure if they do, it'll be in like an apartment instead of a prison,
Yeah.
but they're facing both of them up to 65 years in prison for tampering, a whole laundry list of things that this would fall under. What is I think it's performance integrity or something like that is like what the lawsuit is for, or what the indictment is for. But yeah, it's really messy, and then it really paints a bad picture in baseball how this has happened. I want to say half a dozen times within the last 3 years.
Yeah. I like how we talked about it either last podcast or a couple podcasts ago, how it's so hard to gamble with
How it's hard to like, well, it's hard to fix games in baseball.
Yeah.
Is what we were saying. This is blatantly like, I don't even know what you would call this. I guess tampering, but he's not like he was throwing the game. It could have definitely affected the game,
Yeah.
but it's not like he was throwing the game. But yeah, when you do something like this, it does definitely, it paints a bad picture on the sport. I know there are a lot of people like me who, still believe that baseball is a sport that can be trusted.
Well, I
And
still
because it's a
believe
hard-
it, but I'm like, come on, dude, really?
Yeah, it's just not very good.
Yeah.
And Emmanuel, like I said, both of these guys are really, really good relievers. Two of the better relievers on the team. Emmanuel Clase was one of the best relievers, if not the best reliever in the league. And now you're probably not going to see them in an MLB uniform anymore.
Which sucks, because they did it to themselves.
No, yeah, you can't blame anyone else but themselves. They're grown men. They're multimillionaires. They can say no to something like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
that's what you're supposed to do.
you know what the funniest part was? It was over Snapchat. The text looked like it was over Snapchat.
That's wild.
And it was against Anthony Volpe or whatever. They were like, all right, throw a ball. And Anthony Volpe swung at the pitch even though it was in the dirt.
Yeah, he struck out.
He struck out,
Yeah.
and the guy texted a meme.
Same thing with
He was like, bro, I tried, but whatever the fuck this kid was doing,
Same thing with Andy Pages. Andy Pages, I mean, he has a high chase rate, and he has a high first pitch swing percentage, I'm pretty sure. And there are a few times where you would see Emmanuel Clase throw like a blatant ball, like a really bad one.
That should be a face mask. Sorry.
I think they did call it. I saw a flag on the field. But yeah, there are a few times where you've seen it was blatant where he would throw a ball
Yeah,
and
dude.
Pajes would swing at it because he's one of those players that swings at the first pitch and he chases the ball, and it probably tanked a lot of their parlays because they had. I mean, shit. If you bet on that and you face Andy Pajes as your first player,
what? Did you just see that?
yeah, that's unfortunate.
That's crazy. Man, fuck. USC needs to lose. Sorry. Wild interception we just saw. Wild.
Wow, it's raining there in Southern California.
Yeah.
Damn,
That's probably why they were losing so bad. They're not used to it.
it is true.
They're probably just used to the fires.
Oh, okay. But yeah, you'd probably do college football next.
Yeah, that's fun. Disdain. Actually, let me read the text so I can get it verbatim.
Disdain, disappointment, something like
Disgusting, disgraceful, disdain, disappointment. That's what this game was. I stand
Yeah.
by it.
that. No,
that game was-
5 turnovers is unacceptable.
Pick six.
A pick six, a fumble recovery. Yeah, I mean, and then 3 of those turnovers happened in the second half.
Yeah, it was rough. From what I saw of the game, I think we should outlaw bye weeks in Michigan. In general. For the Detroit Lions and for the Michigan Wolverines. Because fuck. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it was poor play calling, and oh shit, poor play calling and poor play design as well. I mean, on the fumble at the end of the game, you had, I think it was 4th and 2 or 4th and 3, 4th and 1 even, and you had Underwood line up in the shotgun with, I think, nobody in the backfield.
Yeah.
And he fumbled the ball.
Yeah.
And it's like, why wouldn't you put him under center and hand the ball off and just rush it down their throat?
Yes.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. And the interceptions were over the middle, bad picks.
Bro, the part that pissed me off is that he is looking at the receiver he wants to go to, and he's just looking at that wide receiver. And then he throws it when there's a blatant dude right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Of course it's going to get picked off, man. And now Northwestern isn't a slouch team, okay? Like, they're pretty fucking good.
No, I was saying before we started recording, for some reason, Northwestern's always one of those teams that plays Michigan hard. Like, they could have 0 losses. And then if they play us, like they are in this part of the season, they'll play us hard for some reason.
Yeah.
And, I mean...
And usually we can, like, beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, there have been years where Northwestern's been a footnote.
Yeah.
Where we've put, 60 on these dudes. But sometimes, like years like this, they're a team that is a sneaky upset team for us.
I will say that this is probably the first game in a while they let him actually throw the ball.
I bet you they won't do that next week in Maryland.
I bet you they won't do that. If we play anywhere close to what we've been playing like against Ohio State, I'm sorry. Ohio State's landing 50 on us.
Yeah, they're going to wipe our asses.
And it's not going to be good.
No. Shit, I mean, our playoff hopes are still alive with that walk-off. We had a walk-off in Wrigley in November. Very cool. With that walk-off field goal that Zvada hit.
Thank God. Dude, Joe Klatt was pissing me off. He's 0 for 2 for today. Shut up!
Yeah, dude, Gus Johnson. Honestly, I was listening to 97.1 one day, or I was listening to, I think, one of the, like, it's a podcast that a couple of the dudes on 97.1 do together. And one of the guys was like...
Where's the OPI on that?
They threw the flags.
I know, but it's DPI. Yeah. I threw it for DPI.
Yeah, it should have been.
I know, but it should have been OPI too.
Well, you're not going to call both.
Yeah, I know. It'd be stupid to call both, but it should have been OPI first.
But they had said, you might as well try and watch the games with the sound off.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, I was watching the game, I was listening to the game at work, and it was Doug Carson, John Jansen doing it over the radio. They were a hell of a lot better than Gus Johnson and Joel Klatt on the TV. Granted, I only listened to Joel Klatt and Gus on the TV for the last, I think it was a minute left in the third and then the fourth quarter. So I was listening to the rest of that.
I mean, they're good at their job. It's just, certain shit like that just pisses me off, man. Like, why are you talking like that, man?
No. Yeah, they are seasoned broadcasters and stuff like that, but at the same time, it sounds like you put them both in the booth at the same time, or for the first time, whenever they call, at least a Michigan game, because they'll sneak little anecdotes in there, they'll sneak, they'll make fun of, I don't want to sound like a Michigan homer, but they'll throw in little jabs at Michigan and stuff like that. And whenever something happens for the other team, it always sounds like Gus Johnson loses his fucking mind.
Yeah.
But if there's an upset like last year, when Michigan beat Ohio State, you heard Gus Johnson. He was playing it both. That was a better called game from Gus Johnson.
Yeah.
I will say. But this year, whenever he would call some of our games, it seems like he would not put as much enthusiasm into the calls for Michigan.
Yeah.
But then whenever something would happen for the other team, he would just lose his mind.
Me and my uncle always joke, we're like, did Gus Johnson go to Michigan State? Like, what's going on?
He apparently went to U of D Jesuit, which I don't... Fuck. I mean...
But Joe Klatt is a pretty good announcer.
Yeah, I listen to Joel Klatt's football show I think he does it Monday afternoons.
Yeah.
That he does a good job on that. So
It ju-
listen to him doing
but
that.
Gus Johnson, it's never like the same with him, or it is the same until it gets to like the very big games, and I'm sure he's going to be hosting or calling the game.
Oh, he's definitely going to.
Yeah, so we'll have to see, because when Donovan Edwards had those 3 rushing touchdowns.
That's what I'm saying. Like when Michigan was pulling that off last year, he was energetic. Like that was a good called game by him, and he does do like some of the bigger games better.
Yeah.
But if he like a game like this,
Yeah.
just I would rather listen to it with the sound off. Like yeah.
I like having all this on, and now it doesn't. I was in and out of sleep during this game, mainly because I was like, "Fuck." I woke up. It was 21-9. I go, "Oh, this is great."
Oh yeah, I watched a little bit of it at work when I was on my lunch break. I watched it was 13-6 or 13-9, I think. When like I turned it off and started listening to it again.
Yeah.
Which right then and there at that point in the game, I was like, this game should be 35-9, not 13-9. And those 5 turnovers that we had, not only should we have not had those 5 turnovers, and those could have been scoring drives for us, but the scoring drives that Northwestern had, we extended a lot of their drives by stupid penalties, offsides, defensive holding, things that would give them an automatic first down and push them and keep their offense on the field.
Exactly. I'm not going to say, well, yeah, the 5 turnovers really sucked, and we did shoot ourselves in the foot a lot. But like I said, Northwestern is actually a pretty good team this year. And
you guys better go. What the hell are you doing?
You guys better call a timeout. They probably had 12. And Samaj Morgan.
They do have 12. No? It looked like they did.
Samaj Morgan pissed me off. Muffing a punt.
Yeah. Who was the one? There was one Michigan receiver who had like 180 yards.
Marsh?
Yeah. And, I mean, we lost Jordan Marshall, one of our running backs.
Yeah,
We already didn't have Justice Haynes, but losing him now is going to,
Now we're relying on a freshman and then a true freshman.
Right, yeah. Yeah, losing Justice Haynes earlier in the year already sucked, but now you're moving into the 2 most important weeks of the year in the last game and then your last home game.
Yeah, because you have to win out.
Yeah, I mean, in order to have any hope in the playoffs, you have to win out.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's already a tough ask.
And depending on how this game goes too, like, because there were close games today, so we're not the only close game.
No, but you have to look at the different close games and how the other matchups happen. Like, the other teams played other teams.
Like this, it's a close game. Like it's shaping out to be a very close game. Now, granted, each team could pull away. There's still a quarter left.
But look at the rankings, though. We're just behind USC in the rankings. This is Iowa, who's number 21, giving this kind of game.
I know.
Northwestern now, granted, they did beat a couple of teams previously in the year, but they beat, you were saying Penn State.
When they were ranked.
But they're going to think, you're like, okay, Penn State, even though they were ranked that high, will they give Penn State the benefit of the doubt, saying that they should have been ranked then versus where they are now? It's like, will they think, okay, they didn't deserve to be ranked that high to begin with? Will the committee think that?
Who knows?
And you have to think about the other matchups that the teams had previously in their seasons as well that ended up being this close.
I'm trying to be very optimistic.
That's why I was saying, I think, automatically off the top of my head, I was like, Michigan's going to go down the rankings.
I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm thinking it will happen. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. But,
or I think Monday morning.
We'll find out pretty soon.
Right.
It's not, but you got to stop playing these very close games. I mean, granted, it is a Big Ten win. Even though Northwestern's not ranked, they're going to be bowl eligible, which is going help us does it really matter? That's why I want Iowa to win this game, because it will matter a little bit more, because USC is higher ranked than us. Granted, it's by 1, but still they beat us. So
And USC has had a couple of trademark wins so far this year.
exactly. So you're trying to think of all of that, in contention. And like I said, Northwestern isn't that bad of a team. They're on the lower half, but it's not like they're the Michigan States or the Minnesotas, or Purdue for even that matter.
Right.
Or
yeah.
now it's like even UCLA almost is like that.
Or yeah.
I'm a Bruin fan tonight, baby.
I mean,
you know what would be great if they fucking pull off what they did to Penn State, beat them by 5.
yeah, that'd be clutch. Because then what they would have? That'd be the first loss. Ohio State's first
Yeah.
loss.
To an unranked UCLA.
Yeah, that would be tough. And then
Because UCLA at the beginning of this year was the worst in the Big Ten. Now it's Purdue.
they were arguably one of the worst in the country to start this year.
Yeah, they were like 128.
Right. Yeah.
So, I mean, Jesus Christ.
You gotta be freezing your asses off.
I know.
They're not used to the rain like that.
I know. That's why I think this game is so close.
Yeah.
This all started because of Oklahoma State, I think. The people taking off their shirts, or the guys taking off their shirts. I think it's all started at Oklahoma State.
The first place that I saw it was at I think it was a Ragin' Cajun soccer game.
Oh.
It was the first place.
Whoa!
Late hit, or are they going to say you fell into him? Oh,
Yeah.
no, late hit. Unless that's further on somewhere else.
And that guy didn't throw it. So, and it happened right in front of him. Guy in the black hat's like, did you see him hit him?
Yeah, they were talking about this hit. Yeah. I mean, granted, he started running at him, though, when he wasn't out of bounds. He barely stepped out of bounds right before you hit him, though. I think... Did they pick up the flag? Because I don't think they... No, yeah, look at it. Yeah, they picked it up. They didn't call anything. Because that was where he went out.
Yeah. Didn't call anything.
So they might have saw that and been like, he was just barely out of bounds when he started... Or, like, he was still in bounds when he started to run at him.
Yeah.
And he hit him, like, as one foot was hitting the ground out of bounds. So...
Yeah. It is.
And it's not like he bulldozed him either. He just ran into him.
Well, now we're getting to the point where not just for Michigan, but for Alabama and Oklahoma. Let's see what they're at. Thank you. Yeah, that's quicker.
Okay. Too bad I couldn't bring up the... Here, that's what we can do. And then I could just leave it like that.
Yeah. So yeah, this game matters for Alabama. They're number 4 in the nation. If they get beat by Oklahoma,
It will. I think it will be their second loss.
yeah,
But still, it's not going to tamper them too much because these are both playoff teams.
exactly.
So if anything, they might... Alabama will go maybe like number 7, and Oklahoma will go to like number...
5.
I almost said 6.
5.
But yeah, somewhere around there. Or like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Something like that.
But it still matters.
No, definitely. I mean, not only in terms of seeding, like where you're going to be, but now Alabama's working with 2 weeks left, and they have 2 losses.
Yeah, and I don't think they have an easier schedule either.
No, I mean, you have Auburn in the Iron Bowl.
Oh, they just fired their coach too.
Right, yeah, but I mean we're talking about close games before. That's always a close game.
Yeah, the Iron Bowl's usually always close. I'm for the most part, the whole last week is always super close.
Oh yeah, it's a rivalry weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
But
you gotta throw records out the window for the most part.
Rivalry weekend. Rivalry weekend. Rivalry. Rivalry. Rivalry weekend.
We go V.
We thinking about what could be Cobenfi. You ever see that commercial for the schizo medicine?
Oh,
There's this one dude. He just looks at the camera. The guy has never acted before in his entire life. You can tell because he just looks at the camera and he goes, "Think about what can be, Cobenfy," and it fucking kicks in with a jingle, and it's like that dude. That was a back take that they shouldn't have put in the commercial. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, rivalry weekend. So earlier in the year, I think you had Louisville and Kentucky play already.
yeah.
So it's like, what? You would think that would be rivalry weekend, but no, I guess not. Jesus Christ, they've multiplied.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. It's a thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, you probably only have like 20,000 people left in that stadium too, because it's raining.
And they have part of it cut off. I think they're either refixing it or adding on.
Yeah,
So,
the stadium is old as shit.
yeah. But yeah, so rivalry
Yup. That?
rivalry weekend, you have to throw records out the window because anything can happen.
Yeah. I mean, shit, look what happened last year. With
Exactly.
Michigan and Ohio. There's a prime example right there.
Exactly. I'm hoping that Ryan Day still has a fucking ego. That's the only way we're going to get saved.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I think he might be. Being ranked number 1 in the country for, what, it'd be 4 weeks in a row now if they win this week?
They were number 1 to begin with.
Right, but they had dropped out. They weren't number 1 all the way through, though. These last 4 weeks, I'm pretty sure they were number 1.
They started off number 2 because I think Texas was number 1.
Yeah, number 1.
Then, as soon as Texas fell out, they've been number 1 ever since. So it's been like
I think Oklahoma was number 1 for a week or 2, and then
it's been damn near 6 weeks, I think, at least.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think for the past at least 4 in a row,
yeah,
they've been number 1 in the country.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who else was ranked number, because there was another team that was ranked. Was it Oregon?
No, it was always Ohio State and Texas. I thought
there was another couple of teams that were in there, like, had a one-off week where they were like still ranked number 1 or like number 2, but they had gotten.
Well, in the coaches poll, I guess. Here, I can check.
Yeah, you can go back to the
rankings. I'm not buying. No.
No, yeah.
I'm not. I miss Stream East, man.
Yeah.
They started off week 2 at number 1.
Yeah. No. That's what I'm saying. Like, they were ranked like higher in the rankings towards the start of the year, but then they went to they were like number 3 or something like that because other teams had better wins.
In the AP, they were always number 1 at the start of this year. In the coaches poll, they flipped from 2 to 1. But AP, they've been top 1 or top dog every week.
Really?
Yes.
I thought that they had.
Yeah. Maybe last year.
No, I don't remember the fucking rankings really from last year.
But this year, AP wise, coaches is a little bit different, but they've been top 1 or number 1 every single week this year, including preseason.
Well, I mean, no, I didn't want you to show me that. Nope. Nope. Didn't click on that. Oh, I need to. That's why. No. Watch, this is gonna fucking work. Yep, there we go. I knew it. What else? What was I gonna say?
I don't know. You were talking about the rankings with Ohio State.
No, there was something else I was gonna say after that though. Oh yeah, about Michigan going into the college football playoff. We would have to win out, but we would also have to be. We were talking about it's like with the Big Ten, we would be the 5th team in the Big Ten.
Yes.
So somebody would have to lose, and somebody would have to either lose or like we would have to put on some kind of performance to leapfrog somebody in the
Yeah,
in
the
the
only
rankings.
way I think we could even remotely make it into the playoffs is if we beat Ohio State.
Right, yeah. I mean, that would be the only way we could, because you have
I guess we only have one Big Ten loss, but still,
no, yeah. I mean, it.
if we make it, we're going to be
Come on.
we're going to be
What
like
is going
number
on here?
12 or something, you know.
Yeah, we'll barely just squeak in.
If we do make it.
Yeah. Georgia was ranked number 1 at the start of the year.
Well, not according to my phone then. I don't know.
Yeah, Texas, and then
Huh.
and
That-
then Georgia was ranked like after
Oh, that's
week 1.
preseason. Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, preseason ranking, and then after week 1, Georgia was ranked number 1.
Oh.
But I mean, and then it starts week 2 right away.
Fair enough. Whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say I knew there was another team that was in there, but I mean, shit, Georgia fell pretty much.
Georgia even ranked
I think they're like number
5, I think.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, number 5.
Georgia's always going to be good, you know. So
Yeah,
as long as Kirby is there, Kirby's gonna, you know.
there are 3 Texas teams that could be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
A&M, Texas Tech, and Texas.
And A&M almost lost today too.
Yeah,
That cop that got into an altercation with the South Carolina kid is no longer working for Texas A&M on the field, at least.
well, he was relieved of his job duties that day, or relieved of his on-field duties that day.
Yeah.
Um,
Cop was having a bad day. Great.
Yeah.
The South Carolina kid had a lot of composure.
yeah, it's,
So-
yeah. I mean,
It's a fucked situation. The cop could have went to the outside.
right? Yeah, it's like, and the players could have been like, they could have moved. Either one of them could have moved.
They
a
could
little
have
bit.
tried to shift, but also
Yeah.
the one dude had his head down.
It is true,
So
and it could have been like the cop was like had something happen on the field and was pissed, and
yeah,
then walked past and he bumped
I'll
shoulders
give
and
everybody
got
the benefit of the doubt. I
Yeah,
think
that's
the
fine.
South Carolina player did nothing wrong.
No, I mean-
and he handled it quite well for getting yelled at by a dude that was obviously having a bad fucking day.
pissed. Right? Yeah.
And obviously the cop needs to be more composed, but it is what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
But besides that,
Does that say Gronkowski?
Gronkowski. Not
Gronowski.
Yeah, it's not Gronkowski.
I thought it said Gronkowski
No.
for a second.
That's all I have for college football.
Okay.
Northwood is in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I believe they won today, but for the first time in 27 years, they're in the playoffs.
Oh, sure.
So, I think that's the stat. At least 20 years,
Since '98 would be 27 years.
somewhere around there. Anywhere from 20 to 27 years. I forget. I gotta look back at the text, but it's whatever. So, congratulations to them.
Yeah.
They needed one of the top 4 teams to lose, and the top 4 teams, all of them lost. So,
Oh yeah, that works.
so that helps their case, obviously.
Yeah.
NFL, right?
Yeah. Did you see the Patriots in uniforms?
Their rivalry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the powder blue ones.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire. With the white helmets too.
They beat the Jets. That's no surprise.
No, it didn't beat them as handily as one would think. I think it was 27-13.
Yeah, but that's still 2 scores.
2 scores, but you let that offense score 13 points on you when you've been pounding teams. I think that 1 week they won 41-10
Yeah.
against a team who was better than the Jets, because the Jets are like the worst team in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
So-
No, not the worst.
Who's the worst?
Titans.
Yeah.
And you can even make
But do they have a better record than them?
yeah.
The Titans do?
No, Titans don't. Titans are only have 1 win. The Jets are up to 3.
I thought they only had 2.
2 or 3. One of the 2. Still being the Titans.
Yeah, I mean, it still sucks.
Yeah, the Jets are bottom 4.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're no playoff aspirations this year whatsoever.
No, and they might move on from Aaron Glenn.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they moved on from Justin Fields,
I wouldn't be
to be
either.
honest with you. And that'll be his third team in 4 years.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yep.
Sorry to everybody in Madrid. You are going to have to watch the Commanders Dolphins. So sorry about that.
See, I don't think that's that bad of a game. I think that's one of those games that could be so bad it's good.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Like, I think it could be one of those games.
Yeah. It sucks that the Lions play at 8:30 at night.
Just not for me, because I'll be off of work by then, so I could watch the whole game and I'll have to watch it or listen to half of it.
That's true.
So
I like to be in bed early, boy. I'm a early in bed on Sundays. Tuck me in, please. Sorry.
Lions, Eagles.
Lions, Eagles. I'm worried, mainly because Laporta is out too.
A couple old linemen are out as well.
Linemen. So Philly has, I want to say top 5 because they're pretty much top 5 in a lot of things.
Fumble.
They have interior D-line top 5.
Safety. Yeah.
And our interior O-line is fucked right now.
Yeah.
They have the best top 5 intermediate passing defense. So 10 to 17 yards, is intermediate pass.
Which is Laporta's range.
Exactly.
So.
But with that being said, they give up a lot more deep balls.
They do, and we have a couple deep ball threats. We have J-Mo and Tesla.
Exactly. And they run the 4 same plays on offense. So.
Yeah, with the occasional tush push.
That's one of those plays.
Uh-huh.
Who knows? Honestly, for me, it depends on who wins the coin toss at this point.
So I think it's going to come down to 2 things in that game. It's going to come down to who can get the most pressure on either quarterback, and B, who can run the ball better.
Yeah, if Goff has more than 2 seconds, he'll be just fine.
Yeah,
but if they have a really good interior D-line, if he's up to 1.5 seconds, he doesn't have time for anybody to get open downfield.
No, he can't be running for his life.
Exactly, because Goff can't move worth a shit. He's flat. So
and you have to contain Jalen. I mean, that goes without stating because he's a lot more mobile than Jared Goff is.
Yeah.
But would you think I don't think that Jalen Hurts has the weapons right now that Jared Goff does.
I don't think so either. It's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see. There's not too many really all that exciting games, I don't think. I'll look at it real quick because I don't actually know.
I think you here. I can do this. Watch this. Look at that. Bengals, Steelers, Packers, Giants.
I hope the Packers lose.
Oh well, yeah, that goes without saying.
But Jackson Dart is out.
Chargers, Jags is going to be an ass bowl.
Chargers are going to win.
Chargers are also really hurt too, though.
That's true. I'm taking the Panthers to win against Falcons.
Yeah, this one's going to be a toss-up.
I want the Vikings to win.
I do. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think, though.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's going to be pretty close, or JJ is going to go off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bills
Bills should have that one.
I think that's going to be a pretty good game.
It will be good, but I think it's going to be like one of those games where where the Bills get to like a 10-point lead and they maintain that lead the whole game.
Yeah, probably.
It's going to be, but it's going to be like a 35-42 game.
Yeah. There was a bunch of friendly banter, talking shit between him and Baker. So about ass bowl. That's gonna be ass. Texans.
Oh, Texans Titans.
Yes.
49ers.
49ers. Surprisingly, the most healthy person on that team is Christian McCaffrey.
Right, yeah.
So that's going to be the game of the week.
Yeah, that's going to be a good... Well, besides Lions Eagles, that's another...
Objectively, the Seahawks at Rams is going to be a good game.
Oh, yeah. Ravens, Browns, that's...
Ravens. I'm taking Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens are starting to get a little bit of a foothold. Yeah. Chiefs and Broncos could be a good one as well.
I'm taking Broncos.
I want them to win.
I want them to win too.
I want the Raiders to win, but it's just I like the Raiders.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
And then that's next week.
Yeah. So, not too much in the NFL. I mean, we are number one in the division.
Yeah.
Tied for number one in the division.
I think last week we were tied for number 2.
Yeah.
So now we are tied for number 1.
And
now.
if we beat the Eagles, that would be so great.
I think if we beat the Eagles, that would put us in second in the NFC.
Yeah.
Or we would be tied second in the NFC because you have the Rams still.
Yeah.
But it would put us in good contention to get that number 1 seed again.
Yeah.
And I've seen some people online saying, and I know 97.1 talked about this too. They were saying that people didn't want the number 1 seed this year because look what happened last time we had it. Shut the hell up.
I kind of agree.
Why wouldn't you want the number 1? Why wouldn't you want that week off to be able to face a beaten up team in the second round?
See how we've been leaving bye weeks?
Dude, yeah. I mean, but also look at the teams that are in playoff contention. To make the team.
Statistically, it makes sense. You want the number 1 seed, but just based off what I see from out of the bye weeks, I'd be terrified.
Well, you already have pretty much like an extended bye week going into the playoffs because there are no Thursday night games.
Yeah.
So there's only Sunday games going from that going into that playoff week. So you have
they've
taken up a whole section now at this point. But if you look at the other teams that are in playoff contention and going to make the playoffs from the NFC, they're not the most healthy teams. Like there really isn't a team in the NFL that's like
healthy right now.
Like super healthy.
Yeah, there's nobody healthy.
Maybe the Bills.
No, Ed Oliver's out.
But other than him, though, who else? There are other teams that have multiple guys that are out.
I don't pay attention to the Bills as much as I want, but I'm pretty sure they're not healthy. I know that.
Well, right, but no team is really healthy in that. Every team has some sort of injuries, but you look at the teams, and they're also in the AFC.
Yeah.
So, but in the NFC, really there are no teams that are in playoff contention that are healthy. The Eagles are beat up. The Vikings are beat up.
I forgot. Lane Johnson is not playing. Tackle for the Eagles.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Who's the other really good tackle? Jordan Mailata he's playing, but I think he was
injured.
I think he was limited last week, so we'll see how he turns out this week. But I mean, right there you go. Eagles. What's his face?
He has no time. Never mind. He caught that bitch.
Their defense is pretty banged up too. You have Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. Those guys are hurt.
They need to check that right now. Do you see the guy on his phone? He's like, "Fuck yeah, I just got that on camera."
It looked like he could have been out. It looked like he might have stepped out.
They're going to reveal it though. Let's see. Oh
yeah, he's out.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is. You can see his toes stepped on the white.
Ooh, he's out.
And then the Packers are injured too. And I mean,
so is the Giants.
Right, you have so many teams right now in the NFC that have injuries. I mean, maybe the Rams
are the healthiest.
In the NFC,
and they probably have the MVP behind them at the helm.
Right, but you have seen some of the games that the Rams have played. They have some blowouts and they have some secure wins, but then they also have their fair share of. I mean, they're not an undefeated team. So they have lost. They are beatable, obviously. And they have had their share of close games as well.
Yeah.
So, there's still a lot of season left. There's still a lot of guys that could go down with an injury.
Yeah, it's the NFL.
Right.
Obviously.
But I'm saying, you would want that first round bye just because of that, because no team going into the playoffs
Yeah,
and coming out of the
it
regular
would be
season is
better if
gonna
you're
be-
fully healthy.
Right.
I get it.
So you would want that extra week to heal up, to you scout out who you're going to be playing,
Exactly.
and wait for them to play their game so that you don't play them at 100%.
Exactly. I get why. Obviously, you would want it, but I look how we fucking come out of bye weeks, and it scares me.
Right, but I mean, I don't think that that's anything to really be worried about.
I know. And I did like what Amon-Ra said. He's like, we're finally playing with flow. We haven't had flow all year, and we finally have the flow. So,
Yeah,
but
it is true.
I don't know what else.
Yeah, maybe. Wanted to touch on the Red Wings and the Pistons. Pistons are out of their mind right now. They're unconscious, and they really are playing that early '90s type of basketball where you have one dude who's running the floor in Cade.
I heard that Cade had like
He had 43 points off of 45 shots.
yeah.
The last person to take 45 shots in a game, I think, was Jordan.
Yeah, it was like 14 for 45.
Right, yeah. It was, but those 14 points though, I think in that game Jordan had dropped like 30 or 35.
Yeah.
Because he had made a couple of threes and he did good at the free throw line.
Hey man, shooters gotta shoot.
No, yeah, I mean if you're putting up 43 points, that means you're probably making 2/5 of those shots, which isn't really a terrible percentage. And then the Red Wings are now, I think, 10-8 when they started the season 5-2,
Yeah.
which is not very good.
Yeah.
They got wiped by the Anaheim Ducks, wiped by the Rangers, and they just beat the Ducks to make themselves 10-8. I think it could be 10-7 because I think they were 9-8 or 9-7. Like, they could be 9-8 if they had lost.
Yeah.
But I mean, Jesus Christ, it seems like we can't have nice things with these fucking Red Wings. I swear to God. A couple of guys went down with injuries. Patrick Kane was out.
Already?
But then you have Andrew Kopp and JT Compher,
Yeah.
who are in the regular everyday lineup. Who, I mean, they're pylons. They're caution cones. Honestly, they're not doing anything. You have and they're making really decent chunks of money. Compher was really good last year. I really liked how he was playing last year. Kopp, I think, was injured. And now both those guys are fully healthy this year, and they haven't really been up to speed. You have a guy who's older and more beat up in James Van Riemsdyk, who he's playing better than they are.
Yeah.
And he's making less money, which is diabolical. Yeah. But so hopefully they can get their stuff together. Yeah. Did you see the Pistons City Edition jerseys?
Yeah.
Fire. And the gear for it too, like the hoodies and shit.
Yeah.
Might have to get me one of them hoodies, I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
Everybody, you see everybody
Yeah.
on the offensive line or the defensive line was offside.
Yeah, they called it. Yeah, they called it very early. All right.
Yeah, I think that's it for this week.
that we'll probably have a longer one next week.
Yeah, this is we had talked about the last podcast, and then now we've done this one like a preview for this next week. So.
Yeah. So, all right, everybody. See you later.